for us to connect with you as you drive along from one location to the other. This is Maritime Today, your twice weekly adventure through the maritime world, serving you latest gist and bringing you policy statements from regulators, connecting with all relevant stakeholders in a bid to advancing the cause of development of that sector. The program is brought to you courtesy of the Nigerian Shippers Council, the economic regulator of the ports, and a very vibrant agency under the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. You're welcome. My name is Victor Oteri. Logistics plays a vital aspect of every nation's economy, and that is why the World Bank year in, year out releases the World Bank's performance, talking about the Logistic Performance Index report. Today on the program, we're going to be scrutinizing the last report that was released by the World Bank and the aspect that affects Nigeria, what we can do to enhance the logistics sector in Nigeria. We'll be looking at the prospects, we'll be looking at the challenges, and even reflecting on the opportunities that lie ahead for Nigeria from 2025 and beyond. We will also be serving you the latest gist in the maritime world, plus loads and loads of traffic updates will be coming your way if you can keep us company from now through 11 o'clock. But first off, let's take a detour to have a word from our partners, and when we return, it'll be time to begin the conversation.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a need. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you weller, work with you weller, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem when shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily. Papa, email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Allow us on top 0818-888-8895 or 0703-584-6468.
For you, we dey
Nigerian Shippers Council with the meeting now for the port of Nanir.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos. Or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Maritime Today is a program we set for the conversation. We'll quickly take you through the roads from Zone 16, which is the Egbeda and Iyanopaja corridor. I understand there is a breakdown there, yes, at Orilepe bus stop, precisely by Olugbede, inwards at Isheri roundabout on Idimu Egbeda Road. All right, what kind of breakdown is it? I understand it's a loaded, fully loaded, fully loaded 6-tire truck. It's broken down there. I understand while it was trying to park in the owner's premises, it got stuck into the drainage there. So you need to take note of that within that particular corridor. So we're tracking that as well. Let me see. Most other areas are still looking relatively cool and calm in terms of your movement. Eco Bridge is looking good. Same for those of you navigating through the Third Milan Bridge. Is still very, very good to go at this time. No major worries driving through that end. We can also tell you, let me see. Okay, Okota Isolo connecting Agor Palace. We're looking pretty good. Same for return journey as well. Not bad at all. Sele Ijesha Link Bridge is also good to go. Bale, the stretch towards Ijesha up to mile 2 is also looking good. 5-star connecting Iyano Solo is also very, very good as we speak. Daleko Solo Bridge is good. And then we can tell you Okiafa Bridge connecting Paco moving at a very, very fast pace. So all through that end, we're still having it very, very good too. Ijigbo, I understand it's slow, but on Ijegu out to Jakonde Gate, this is due to alternation, which is ongoing at the gate, coupled with some bad portions of the road within that particular location. It's also slow if you're moving it from Paco, Okiafa up to Jakonde. That's on the return journey, but better movement from NNPC intersection connecting Ejigbo, Power Line, Igbe, Sele, and of course Ilewe down to Synagogue, proceeding through Ikotun roundabout, heading to Old Garage. All those corridors are looking good at the moment. So we'll be serving you more helpings as they come in from time to time, and we'll letting you in on that. All right, so before we talk on the World Bank's Logistic Performance Index report, quickly, let's delve to the newsroom to have the latest gist, and Mike James will be taking us through that in less than 5 minutes.
Here is the Maritime Today news. The Nigerian Shippers Council, NSC, has reiterated its unwavering commitment to the fight against corruption in Nigeria, emphasizing enhanced collaboration with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. This reaffirmation was made during a courtesy visit by officials of the ICPC Lagos office, led by the resident Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Mr. Alexander Chukura, FSI, to the Council's headquarters in Lagos. Receiving the delegation, the Executive Secretary of the NSC, Dr. Akuta Pius, expressed appreciation for the enduring partnership between both institutions. He noted that their collaborative efforts have played a pivotal role in mitigating unethical practices across the nation's port operations. Dr. Akuta described the visit as both timely and strategic, highlighting the Council's recent achievement in securing the top position within the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy in the 2024 ICPC Ethics and Integrity Compliance Scorecard, with a commendable rating of 84.68%. He underscored that this accomplishment reflects the Council's steadfast dedication to promoting integrity, transparency, and accountability in its operations. In his remarks, Mr. Chukura stated that the visit was intended to further consolidate relations with the NSC as he assumes the role of resident commissioner in Lagos. He emphasized the importance of a coordinated anti-corruption agenda across the maritime sector and the broader national landscape. The Commissioner elaborated on the ICPC's tripartite approach to combating corruption, enforcement, prevention and public education, mobilization, and encouraged the Council to continue supporting and strengthening its Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit, ACTU, as a key instrument in advancing the anti-corruption mandate. The discussions also underscored the imperative of sustained institutional efforts in upholding ethical standards and enhancing Nigeria's international image. In another development, the Customs Area Controller of the Semi-Border Command, Nigeria Customs Service, Dr. Ben Oramalugo, has raised serious concerns over the treatment of Nigerian traders and importers in the Benin Republic, particularly pointing to the imposition of double taxation on goods in transit. Addressing journalists during a press briefing at the Semi-Border on Wednesday, Dr. Oramalugo stated that goods entering Nigeria through Benin are meant to be in transit and should not attract additional charges. He, however, lamented that traders are being taxed by both the Beninois and Nigerian authorities. In a move aimed at resolving these issues, the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeni, is expected to meet with his Beninese counterpart on Monday. Dr. Oramalugo expressed optimism that the meeting will foster mutual understanding and lead to the removal of unjust government-imposed levies. He also condemned the harassment of Nigerian traders on the Benin side of the border, calling for more humane treatment and improved bilateral cooperation. Highlighting recent positive developments, He noted that increased synergy among Nigerian security agencies has led to a significant reduction in checkpoints along the Mile 2 semi-axis. In the past, there was no platform for officers and government agencies to discuss issues at the borders. Now the security meeting at the border has been revitalized, resulting in better collaboration and fewer checkpoints. And finally, in the news, on 14th of May, the Indian flagged merchant sailing vessel MSV Salamath sank approximately 60 nautical miles southwest of the Indian coastline in the Arabian Sea. All 6 crew members were successfully rescued by the Indian Coast Guard ICG following a prompt and coordinated response. The 28-meter-long Salamath reportedly encountered adverse sea conditions and was struck by a large wave, resulting in the vessel sinking. An investigation into the precise circumstances surrounding the incident is currently underway. Upon abandoning the vessel, the crew managed to take refuge in a small boat at approximately 12:15 p.m. IST the same day. The ICG received a distress alert from the LPG tanker Epic Susi, which reported sighting a small boat adrift with 6 individuals on board. The ICG ship Vikram, already on patrol in the vicinity, was immediately deployed to the location. All 6 crew members were safely rescued and administered first aid aboard the vessel. On 15 May, the rescued seafarers were brought ashore and disembarked at Mangalore port in stable condition. And that was the Maritime News. Thank you for listening. Over to Victor for the rest of the show.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from Port A, go enter Port B with a measure within on a needle. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem when shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily. Papa, email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Allow us on top 0818-888-8895 or 0703-584-6468.
For you, we dey give it back,
Nigerian Shippers Council with the meeting now for the port of Nanid.
From A to B, from A to B, from north to south, from north to south, from east to west, from east to west, from port to port, from port to port. You can ship your goods and bill get too. Oh yeah, Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency, and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos. Or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Maritime today is the program we set for the conversation, but quickly touching down on all the areas that we're covering. I did tell you that Lagos Ibadan Expressway is still receiving with a good vehicular flow. If you're coming into Lagos, Beja, connecting Secretariat, 7-Up, Chinatown, all the way to Alakpere, and even to the 3rd Milan Bridge, all flowing pretty well. Same for the return journey as well. Ikorodu Road is also faring pretty well at this time. No major worries driving through those corridors. Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, not bad at all. And we did talk about the breakdown at Olubede. That's within the Egbeda corridor. but no major worries. I understand it's been attended to as well. So we'll be serving you more helpings as they come in from time to time. All right, so on the program this morning, we are enhancing Nigeria's logistics sector. Lessons from the World Bank's Logistic Performance Index report. And we're doing this because when we talk transport and logistics, they are inseparable twins, by the way. But then there's a lot that we can look at, and that is why I've gone in search of a logistics expert to take us through this and let us understand better what we need to do to improve Nigeria's economy by focusing on the logistics sector. Joining me on the phone line this morning, Dr. Obiora Madu is Director General, African Center for Supply Chain, and is also the immediate past President, Association of Outsourcing Professionals of Nigeria, AOPN. Dr. Obiora Madu, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Victor, and how are you doing?
Very, very good, very good. All right, so let's jump on the subject right away. So the World Bank's Logistic Performance Index report, the last one we had, talk to me, what did it look like for Nigeria?
Okay, let's start from what it is actually so that viewers will understand where we are going.
Yes.
The World Bank Logistic Performance Index is a ranking system created by the World Bank to measure how easy and efficient it is to move goods into and across a country. That we can look at this like a logistics scorecard for countries.
Okay.
And the purpose is actually to help government, help businesses and investors understand how good a country's transportation and supply chain systems are.
Right. So how do you...
your positioning on the logistics performance index of the World Bank will actually inform these three group of people: the government, the businesses, and the investors, and any other person in the country. Yes, go ahead.
All right. So how was our performance? I mean, when was the last report, and how did we perform?
Well, I wanted to say surprisingly, but not. We can say that we did well because, I mean, if you moved from 110 to 83, that's a significant move. So our position now is 83.
Okay.
Or rather 88. 88 is our position now.
Out of 139 countries.
39 countries, yes. But that very 88 number is not good if you look at Africa. Because the first 10 listing in Africa, the first 10 countries, Nigeria is not there. Nigeria is not there. And what that means is that even though that we are 88, but our position is not good if in the African countries we cannot get up to 10.
Okay.
So you have countries like South Africa, Egypt, even Benin Republic, and Togo and other countries are ahead of us.
Wow. These are smaller countries.
Which is not interesting at all.
Yes, it's not definitely, Dr. Obiora, but
it's not interesting.
Let's
I'm saying that so that if we say that we move from 110 to 88, someone can say significant move, but then if we are not in the first 10 in Africa, then it doesn't look good.
That's very, very true. So what are the key findings of the World Bank's LPI report for Nigeria? What did they find?
Okay, let's first of all start looking at the pillars that the World Bank consider.
Okay.
So someone once said, how can they allocate number 110 to Nigeria? And I said, it's not an allocation. There are pillars that are considered, and they ask people who operate within that environment. Essentially, it surrounds the port and the international trade environment. You recall that they say it is for the easy and efficient flow of goods in and within across the country.
Right.
So what they are looking at, number one, they are looking at port.
We lost you a bit
for a
there.
very long
Is that
time-
number one is what?
Accessibility to the port.
Okay.
Now, you know that we have improved there because you recall when it was practically impossible to enter Tinkan Island port.
That's true.
Same thing with Apapa port. Same thing with One in Port Harcourt. So in that accessibility, of course, we have improved.
Okay.
The other thing they are considering is logistics infrastructure in the ports. Since concessioning, we haven't made any substantial progress in terms of logistics infrastructure.
Right.
The other thing they are considering is the quality of logistics services. Quality of logistics services. Then they consider timeliness in bringing goods in and taking goods out of the country. Then they also look at the efficiency of moving such goods,
Right.
which will bring down to cost.
Okay.
So this is the breakdown of Nigeria's LPI for 2023.
Right. Okay.
Customs, of course, for goods to move freely, customs processes must be right. So in customs, by the way, the total score we scored was 2.6 out of 5.
Out of 5. I saw that as well. So
2.6 out of 5 is the total score. South Africa is 3.7. So you can see that we have a long way to go.
a very, very long way.
Then in this, the breakdown in customs, we scored 2.4. In infrastructure, we scored 2.3. International shipment, we scored 2.7. Then logistics competence, that is the quality of logistics services,
Right.
2.5. Tracking and tracing, 2.4. Then timeliness, 2.9. So you can see that the lowest score we have is infrastructure. The highest score we have is 2.7, which is international shipments.
Right.
In fact, logistic competence also improved from what it used to be.
Okay.
So this is it. This is the position. This is where we are, and it's a pointer to a lot of things that if government can take a look at this and prioritize, it will be easy for us to move on top of at least the African countries.
Right. Let's look at the reasons why some of these are major challenges, and we have the logistics sector, like you just talked about right now. Infrastructure might not be sufficient, a little bit of improvement here and there, but is it to say that the country is too large? Is that the reason why logistics is not performing as it should? Or what are the real challenges confronting us, Dr. Viera?
I don't think it has anything to do with the size of the country. We're not the biggest country in the world in terms of land size. That land size is even an advantage in terms of agriculture. But then that is not the challenge. I think the challenge is actually understanding what we are facing, understanding that logistics drives the world. It drives government, it drives manufacturing, it drives agriculture, it drives everything. So if something is that critical and you do not recognize it, at least by way of creating a logistics policy to guide how you move on it, then there's a problem. I'll give you an example.
All right.
What the world is talking about in logistics and supply chain now is integration. Integration will give you a seamless flow. But here, we have Ministry of Transport, we have Ministry of Aviation, we have Blue Economy. All of them are modes of transport. Then when you start thinking of intermodal and multimodal,
Right.
then you have to bring them together into one place. So, but that's not what we're doing. So it's not because of size of the country. I think it's because of for about 15 years or thereabout, you have not been able to come up with it. Only transport, we're not talking about logistics, Because I don't agree we should have a transport policy. I think we should have a logistics policy.
All right.
But even that transport policy, you have not been able to come up with.
Which is quite unfortunate, because I know that's a conversation that's been on the national discourse for quite a while. They've been having the document, back and forth. Sometimes it's going to be signed today, tomorrow is not getting the approval. So that's a major issue. But how can we now address this kind of gaps? There are lots of infrastructural gaps, Dr. Obiora. How can we improve on it?
Victor, if you had a policy, it will give you a guideline. It will prioritize the thing. The worst thing that lack of logistics infrastructure does to us is lack of competitiveness. It's lack of competitiveness. So what that does, so if we look at it as, okay, which logistics infrastructure can we touch and improve competitiveness?
Hello.
Okay, just a second. One second. Let me take this live call that's coming in. Hello, Raphael.
Hello, Victor. Good morning.
Good morning, Raphael.
The update from the earlier reported incident here at Alakbere, where we have the slab that falls on the road that check about 50% of the road in one Oworo. I want to confirm to you that the effort has been placed on it, and all the affected content has been cleared off the road and kept aside where it does not have effect again on traffic.
Okay.
So at this moment, the road is very free for the motorists to fly.
Very good. Very good. All right, then. Raphael,
I'm standing by for any further updates.
I would appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, so earlier on there was a breakdown there around the Alakbere in Wotia Oworo, but of course he says it has been cleared, the content equally cleared as well, and that normalcy restored to the traffic within that particular corridor. Dr. Obiora, so you are saying we need to understand some of the things that are required for logistics infrastructure. Just give us an idea. For those who might not know, what are the things that we need to put in place for us to have it better with the infrastructure?
We need to invest in roads. We need to invest in the ports. And we need to invest in rail. To improve movement, do you know if your rail is working, you will take so many tankers and so many trailers out of the road. Last time I watched a video of a certain train with cargo coming from Papalanto to Lagos. It was a beauty to behold. If you were to load those things on trucks, you know how many trucks that would be involved. You know the damage on the road. You know the risk on the road. You know everything. So it's as simple as ABCD.
Okay. So
because if two people go to buy commodity, one puts his own on the truck and the other one puts his own on train. The person who puts his own on the train has a competitive advantage immediately.
Okay. So the train system is one. What other things do we need for logistics? What about warehousing?
Warehousing is very critical. Warehouses are not registered in Nigeria. In fact, in Nigeria, in transportation, if you can buy one truck, even if it is 50 years old, you put it on the road, container will fall out of it and kill somebody. Then when it kills somebody, we'll shout a little while, we'll continue, and then carry containers without strapping. So, elsewhere in the world, you can't be a transporter if you are not registered somewhere. It's not licensing vehicles is a different thing altogether. There is a regulatory authority that regulates that industry. That regulatory authority will tell you that this truck is not supposed to be on the road. Then, of course, warehouses. If you register warehouses, things will work better. Track and tracing will be easier. But right now, we don't have a registration. There are warehouses everywhere and there. So that's part of the problem. Then, of course, adopting technology is another thing that we need to do.
Right. We're going to touch down on that one. Just a second. We'll still talk on
that will help. Okay.
Yes, we'll still talk on that. But we're going to take a short break right now. If you're wondering who is speaking with me this morning on the program, Dr. Obiora Madu is Director General, African Center for Supply Chain, and we are reflecting or perhaps trying to learn one or two things from the World Bank's Logistics Performance Index report, which has ranked Nigeria as 88. A short break. When we return, we'll look at customs and of course border checks, customs and border management. How are we performing in that area? And then we also touch down on what we need to do urgently to improve our ranking, at least to, let's say, 40 or 30 with the next year's ranking from the World Bank. These are many more we'll be reflecting on. A brief break, we'll be back.
Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos. Or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Maritime today is the program, and this morning we're looking at Nigeria's logistics sector, lessons to be learned from the World Bank's Logistic Performance Index report. And joining us on the phone line, I have Dr. Obiora Madu. He's Director General, African Center for Supply Chain. Let's get back to the conversation. So we're talking customs and border management. Dr. Obiora, how can we improve on custom procedures and also reduce clearance times for imports and exports? Because I know the score that was given to us was something in the realm of 2 point, was that 2.4?
Yes, 2.4. For custom, 2.4, yes. 2.4 over 5, yes, you're right.
So how can we improve on it?
You see, the KPI of customs is how fast and simple are border checks and clearances. How fast and simple can goods move in and out of the ports and the border. That is it. So how can this be done other than applying trade facilitation? By reducing level of documentation, making life simpler for those who are doing business. Paying more attention to trade facilitation than revenue generation. Because at the end of the day, it is these goods that are being cleared and forwarded that actually create those revenue that are gotten. So,
Okay.
how and simple people clear.
Just a second.
Of technology,
Just a second, Dr. Obiora. I think we have a call on the line. Let's see if we can take this call. Hello there, good morning.
Okay.
Yes, good morning.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Kelvin.
Kelvin, how are you doing?
I'm very good.
Okay, let's hear from, where are you calling from, Kelvin?
I'm calling from Festac.
Festac. All right, Kelvin, what's your contribution this morning?
I just want to ask Dr. Obiora, what will it take for Lagos, for instance, to become a regional logistics hub, just like we have in Dubai or even Rotterdam?
Oh.
What will it take?
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, so Kelvin wants to know, what would it take for Lagos to become a logistic hub, just like Dubai and Netherlands?
You see, first of all, I think God created Lagos to be a logistics hub by our geographical location.
Okay.
I think we're just the ones that denied ourselves the opportunities.
Right.
I mean, I think it was 2 years ago or thereabout that when I read that Togo is now the logistics hub of West Africa, it was I don't know whether to say it was a shame or it was annoying.
Right.
Because actually, naturally we were endowed. But you see, that's why comparative advantage without a competitive advantage means nothing. So we didn't do what is needful. At some point in time, the draft of our ports were low. So certain level, this ultra-modern, modern vessels cannot come in. Then processing, how long it takes, the dwell time of vessels on the port. All these things affect. That's why if you are bringing something from China to Nigeria and then from China to Accra, they will pay less than we do. Even now, if you buy a ticket to London by air in Nigeria, go to Ghana and buy the same ticket, you get it there at a cheaper rate. It's inefficiency. We have to drive it out of the system if we want to improve.
All right, let's move to
drive out inefficiency in the system.
Right.
If you do not position yourself to take advantage of your geographical location, someone else will.
We take over. That's quite unfortunate. All right, we have some messages here for you. This one says, good morning, Lagos Traffic Radio. Thank you for the amazing shows and topics you bring on air. Please, Dr. Madu, looking at other African countries, say Kenya or South Africa, what are they getting right that Nigeria can learn from? Chika Obi is sending that one in. Chika, thank you so much. Another one here says the LPI measures things like infrastructure, customs, and shipment timeliness. Where do you think Nigeria is struggling the most? Dr. Anyang is sending that one in. Dr. Bira, I'm just running through all these messages so that maybe you can just touch on them very fast.
Okay, so don't take another one if you have. Let me take the first person. What did the first person say? Let me take them one by one.
Okay, so he's saying looking at other African countries, say Kenya or South Africa.
I remember. Let me answer that. You see, Kenya and South Africa. South Africa, I wish it is possible to look at their reading, but of course the total score of 3.7 is a massive improvement on our own. Their infrastructure.
Okay, you need to move closer to your phone. You need to move closer to your phone so we can hear you well.
Okay. When you talk about infrastructure, there are two types of infrastructure.
Okay.
The hard infrastructure and the soft infrastructure. The hard infrastructure is the port, the road, and the rest of them. The soft infrastructure is the people and the quality of service. That also talks about the quality of their understanding of the services that they are offering. So that will help him to understand what we are going through. So if we can improve in those areas, like I said, that very particular element of our logistics competence, we even moved up.
Right.
It used to be more terrible. We have moved up. So if we can do something the lowest score is, I think it was logistics infrastructure.
Which was 2.3.
So if we can do a lot more on infrastructure, even the timeliness has improved. It's not good enough going by our score, but going from where we are coming from. So if we can continue the improvements that we've had that moved up from 110 to 88, you know that if we are making conscious effort along that line, next year we will have a better score.
All right. This one says, good morning, everyone. Do you think the Nigerian government understands the strategic importance of logistics in driving GDP? Francis is sending that one in from Okota. The last one I will take says, good morning, Victor. In terms of warehousing and last mile delivery, what are the key models we should adopt? You didn't put your name, but thank you so much. So, Dr. Obira.
Let me take the guy who said asked about whether government understands.
Exactly.
If you listen to what we were saying all the while, what I said was that if people in authority understand what we are talking about, understand that logistics is life, and that you can't do without it, that it drives including government, then they will pay attention to it. You don't need to coerce anybody to go after it. So it is that lack of understanding, that's what we are suffering from.
Right.
As to, I think we missed out one question, the second question you read after the first one.
Okay, which was, let me go back to it really. I think we talked about, we're talking about what is Nigeria getting right in the measurement index, shipment and all of that. And I think you've answered that in passing.
No, I've answered that.
Yes.
So about warehousing and
last mile delivery.
The last mile delivery model.
Yes.
I think it's a long subject that we won't be able to discuss. But I just say to him that, first of all, we said something about warehousing, that if we want warehouses to work, we need to register. We need to have regulation over the things that we do. If you don't have regulation and you don't measure performance, you can't improve on it and you can't manage it. So even of course, if you are monitoring transportation generally, then you will monitor last time.
All right, let's round this up. Let's round this up now. So, Dr. Biora, if you were sitting face to face with the Honorable Minister for Marine and Blue Economy, Oyetola Agboyega, what would you tell him for logistics sector to improve?
Well, it's already a ministry. Like I said earlier, we need integration. But the fact is that the maritime sector holds opportunities that is capable of giving Nigeria probably something more than what oil is giving. But the fact is that it is quite vast. So many ministries are involved. Agriculture, because of fisheries, water resources, because so the challenge with their policy is that they have to try to carry these other ministries that are involved in the blue economy. If they don't, we will be hitting the rock along the line.
Okay, then. We'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having you on the program. Thank you so much for connecting with us this morning.
My pleasure, Victor.
Okay, so I've been speaking with Dr. Obiora Madu. He is the Director General, African Center for Supply Chain, and it's always a thing of joy to tap from his pool of wealth in all these areas in enriching the economic and, of course, the advancement of these sectors for Nigeria. We have to go. This morning, we've reflected on Nigeria's logistics sector, lessons to be learned from the World Bank's Logistic Performance Index report. The program was produced by Mike James, and I say a big thank you to Dayo Anthony. Same for Rebecca Adamu, who is Assistant Director of Public Relations for the Nigerian Shippers Council. I have in the studios this morning Annie Victor and, of course, Oluwani Femi Meruyi, as well as our social media team, Okwaimi Shodunke and Remi Aluko. Maximum shout out going out to our executive producer, Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. Connect to the Shippers Council on all their platforms at NG Shippers. Bye.